Well, if there is a God, he is full of shit, both on and off the pitch. Um, I've been exceptionally busy the last month, just having a night off life, which is incredibly rare and a joyful situation for me because it's been. I don't want to go into personal stuff, but I've had like massive month. I've not even visited or read North Stand chat. I've not. I've just been. Ugh, because I have a lot of family situations going on, like a lot of relatives getting old and getting into hospital, and I have all kinds of shit going on. So it's been a rough month, and it's been a rather rough month on the pitch as well. If we talk Brighton, because I've actually been able to see all games despite being like everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And it's been like with all the stuff going on in my life, I've not taken defeats as hard as like in the past or like in a different life situation. Um, but I think we have it sucks dropping that point to Wolves. Um, with the Mats Weifer pass in the end. Like I'm not blaming Mats Weifer. I know a lot of people do, but it's just like he's in that attacking situation where we're 4 versus 1. He tries. He really tries to do the right thing, make the simplest pass possible, and he fucks up because he has a pressure. He feels a pressure to perform for us because he's not been, he's had a wonky start at the club. So he really tried to do the right thing, and his desire to do the right thing turned into the wrong thing. And it wouldn't have been a big case if, like, our wingbacks, Ferdi and Pervis, didn't storm up front as soon as we won the ball. It left us with a numbers deficit backwards. They attacked in a 5 versus 4, which should never happen when you're 2-1 up in the last minute. I mean, we really saw the lack of experience from our side that time. I mean, over this season, I expect same shit to happen multiple times. Like, we should be very happy with the number of points we have so far, because we're making all these rookie mistakes that you can expect from a squad, which is pretty new and a lot of players with no Premier League experience. So, I mean, it's normal. It's normal, but it sucks. It sucks horse shit. Like, and you go to this like. I mean, you draw too many conclusions from the results. It's very easy to do that. Like, oh shit, the manager doesn't know what he's doing because he substituted this player with this player or whatnot. I mean, that's a very simplified way of seeing things. In reality, we have a young, inexperienced squad that doesn't know what they're doing most of the time. Like, they don't know the requirement for winning a Premier League game. They're learning. And during the course of learning, they will fuck up. Just like when you learn to do whatever the fuck you're doing. It's a process. And I said earlier this summer that the hope for Europe is there, obviously. Like, we have multiple players who will be top class players. So you can always dream of Europe. But it's not realistic to achieve this dream this season. We have too many new players, too many players who are in the phase of establishing themselves in the Premier League and understanding the league and how to behave in it and what you can and cannot do. It is not fun as a fan watching people learn at their job, but that is the case. Like, we have to accept that if we somehow end up top 7 or whatever is required for Europe, it's massive achievement from the coach and the players. Like, around 10 is where we should be aiming and realistically should end up. We want a little bit more. We fear a little bit worse. But around 10 is boring and where we belong. Then we had, of course, the game this weekend against... That's a good question. But we lost. Liverpool, yeah, of course. We lost, and it was fair because we made too many mistakes. And it's a game of mistakes. The team that is able to make the least amount of mistakes will win the game. And that's usually the case at this level. And we made too many mistakes. We made, like, Fabian Höstler in this game. Like I said before, we shouldn't take too much the substitutions too much into account because they are what they are. Like, we have inexperienced players on the bench, we have them on the pitch, they are... I mean, it is what it is. But I think I have some severe complaints about how we made our substitutions in that particular game, because it was rather clear that people were tired and incapable of playing the way we wanted and needed to play in order to get a point or free from the game. And we didn't make the substitutions before it was too late, before the death was upon us, you know. Like, when you're 2-1 down against Liverpool, you have borderline lost the game. You have to make the substitutions a lot earlier than that. You have to make like, when you see that they are getting into too many dangerous positions and situations, then you have to wake up. You have to wake up immediately, and you have to make changes immediately to change the pattern of the game. And we didn't do that. Like, we waited. We just relied on this well-performing starting 11, but it was, you know, it was not the right thing to do, to try and hope for the best that these guys can sort it out over 90 minutes. They needed help before they got help, and that was... I mean, I personally, I think, with the right substitutions, we get a point against Liverpool. So in that particular situation, I would say that Fabian could have shown some more hot balls, or whatever the fuck Roberto Serbi used to call it, and just, you know, sub the tired ones. It's pretty basic. I didn't like that. It was cowardish. I think both Graham Potter and Roberto De Serbi would have done changes to stabilize the game situation. Eventually, that didn't happen, and instead, yeah, you know. And that's also a part of what I said previously. Like, we have people learning on the job. Fabian is one of those who will learn a lot. You can see from a lot of new Premier League managers that they are either like overly cowardish, or they are either like very eager to make changes when things don't work, and but both of these things can fuck up structures. And like a modest, rational, and pragmatic perspective on what needs to be done is something that develops over time as you get more comfortable with the league and how football is played in the Premier League, and how teams function. So it is a learning curve. I mean, we probably have one of the worst managers in the Premier League right now. We have hired him because he's obsessed with developing, which is why he's so good at this young age. But for this season, like, I know it's very difficult in the beginning of November to think, yeah, we're gonna be mid-table. I mean, it's a bit zombifying. It's almost like you'd rather be in a relegation battle. But sad and basic fact of our season is that we will end up between 50 and 60 points, somewhere between 8th and 10th, 8th and 12th. And it will be one of the best seasons in the history of the club, but it will be also one of the most boring ones. Because I know history. I've read the history books. I know it's usually been either like relegation battle or promotion battle, or battle in general, battle against the states, battle against the owners, battles, battle. It won't be that much of a battle this season. We just stroll down to 50, 60 points, and it will be very good, but it won't be good enough for the ambitions of some people. That will have to come next year. Overall, it's been a rough month for me. Right. Rough but not bad. We had also had like 3-2 turnaround against Tottenham. It should be like exactly a month ago, and it was fucking I don't have to tell you how nice it was, just turning that around. Like, oh shit. I love to see, like, next time we fuck up some big ambitious team that needs to win or die. It's going to be nice as well. You just have to cut off the ties to the to the unrealistic dreams, and enjoy the results that we get when we get them. It's a simple thing to say, but it is really like the ones that have the most fun and the most pleasure at the end of the life. They are the ones winning. And like that's how you win. That's how you win life. So don't take the take bad results too harsh. Don't do that, and don't focus too much on the final league position. Just enjoy the games that we are playing. Just try to do that. I mean, it's very difficult because we are all results fixed in our brains, but it's pretty fucking cool every time we do challenge a club which has based its income, for example, on something that supports the entire world, and they have a lot of money and can buy everything, and we're just a small entity working in these situations, and just enjoy it. I will hopefully be more active on YouTube in the coming weeks, but I don't know. It's people live and die, like they, you know. That's it. Puss.